Are you someone that struggles with sticking to a diet? If yes, I got just the video for you. Let's change the weight loss conversation together. I am Juliana and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button below to be notified of new videos. So if you find yourself struggling to stick to a diet, and then you may think, oh, I lack motivation, or I don't have consistency, I don't have enough willpower, or say you're looking at a scale, you're not seeing results fast enough, and that just derails everything for you. Or you eat a piece of cake and then it all falls apart. No matter the reason why I brought you here, I will share a perspective shift that I think could be incredibly helpful for you. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is when we start something new, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be diet related. It could be anything. You're learning a new language or you're learning to play an instrument. It doesn't matter. Anything that's new will feel hard. And that is just because our brains are designed to preserve calories, and anything new will require a lot of brain power to master that skill, to form a new habit, whatever it is. So that is the first thing I wanted to know. If it feels hard, it's because often it is new, but it got easier with time. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is that there is a very specific curve called the Dunningkruger Effect. And what that curve basically tells us is that when we start something new, we are at the very peak of that curve. This is when we have dopamine galore in our brains and we're excited, we're motivated externally, and we have hope that whatever we are trying will yield results. That is what I call the honeymoon phase of a new diet. Then time goes on and then that curve takes a big dip. And when we get to the bottom of that dip, that's what I like to call the shiny diet syndrome valley. Basically what this means is that after we try something new, the moment that it feels like the excitement is gone, which is very common and it happens, and you have that dip, that's where most dieters fail, where most dieters stop and try for a new program. Because what happens after that big dip is this very slow and steep climb until that new diet or eating program becomes sustainable. So the reason why this is so important is that most people get to the bottom and they feel overwhelmed, they feel the results aren't there, they feel disappointed, and then they try something new to get the new diet high again, and then they go to the same pattern and they just never get results. They go in and out of diets and so on. So I created this video to speak to you if you find yourself down in that valley of despair, you find yourself in that bottom where you really are questioning, should I switch to a new diet? Am I doing the right thing for my weight loss journey? So here are the 3 things that I want you to think about. The first thing to contemplate when you are in that place is, are your diet goals, so say the tactics and the things you're doing to accomplish your results, aligned with your inner priorities? And the reason why this is important is your inner priorities are the things that you're most excited to do. You're born to do them. You get out of bed excited to do them. It's just natural to you. So if they are not aligned, say for example, cook meals every day, shop for ingredients, do food prep 2 hours a day. Let's just pretend that's your tactics for healthy eating. But your real inner priorities is friends and family, socializing, eating out, enjoying, fancy foods and all those things. There's a major goal conflict. So then some people go on a diet, they are able to push their priorities to the back burner for a little bit. They really try really hard to maintain. And then a birthday comes along or something that brings back the social experience and it all falls apart because there's not a real linkage. There's not a clear alignment between the two. There's actually a fighting conflict between the two. So that's the first thing I like to ask. And if the answer is no, that they're not aligned, there are things we can do to get them back in sync. The second thing I like to ask you, so you start to contemplate, is Is your physiology supporting your weight loss goals? For example, do you have knowledge of your blood sugar management status? Meaning, is your blood sugar all over the place? Or are you struggling for a lot of cravings, either salt cravings, sugar cravings, late night cravings? Is your lifestyle really impacting your physiology that's triggering you to make those food choices for energy, or reaching out for caffeine or wine at the end of the day to wind down, whatever it is? Is your foundation, your physiology working with you or against you? And again, if it feels that it's working against you, there's something you can do about it. And the last question that I want to ask you that's more unusual, and I ask this from time to time, so if you've been on this channel for a while, you probably heard, but if not, I really wanted to contemplate this. Are you aware of the role that the excess body fat is performing for you? And that is an odd question, but what I mean by that is whatever excess body fat we carry is performing a job, is serving you in a certain way. It could be an emotional reason. For example, we had a traumatic past and we had unwanted attention in the past, and gaining excess weight is a way to protect ourselves. Or it could be other reasons. It could be we're always in survival mode and starving ourselves, eating and starving, all this yo-yo. The body just doesn't know, when the next meal is coming from or when. So it's just like putting on fat as a way to, keep you safe. There's all very different ways. Do you know which one it is for you? What is the job it is performing? Because if you want to get rid of it, we need to help the body accomplish the job, or we need to really teach the body to switch jobs or to support us in a different way. We can't just take something out and just expect the body just to kind of catch up with us. So those are the three major points that I wanted to reflect on and really bring attention. Are your weight loss goals aligned with your priorities? This is number one. 2, is your physiology, for example, your blood sugar, your hormones, working in favor, or are they kind of messy and it needs a little bit of cleanup work? And 3, are you clear about the role that the excess body fat is performing so that you can either release, therefore releasing weight, or help the body, do something about it so it's no longer needed? Those are the 3 keys. Now, if you are, contemplating these questions and you feel, wow, I have a lot of work to do on those foundational steps so that you can start climbing out of that valley into this little climb until you get to the sustainability of a diet, until you release enough weight that you can sustain it, I would love to help you. So if this is something that you would like to work on those foundations of mindset, hormone balance, as well as eating for our changing bodies, specifically for women over 40. If you want to get a whole control over your big picture, then I encourage you to book a call. It's completely complimentary, obligation free, so that we can hop on the phone or Zoom, and I'll be happy to listen to you. That's what I call the power chat, as well as help craft your, release plan so you can really know exactly what the steps to take. What are the areas that are most important for you to take so we can start the release process together? So I'll put the link in the comments below so you can apply for a call, and I look forward to speaking with you. Just before we close, I have a question for you. Out of all the diets you have tried, drop it in the comments and let me know which one was, let's just say, the craziest diet that you've tried. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you again next week.